Hello there everybody, I am TheGentlebro and welcome back to Aviary Attorney. Sorry for the delay, Christmas, me being lazy, you know. Anyways, the court session has finally commenced. So let's see if we'll be able to save the Dame Cataline, however you want to say it, Catalin. Falcon and Sparrowson stand inside the marble portico of the Palais de Justice, awaiting the opening of the Tribunal de Grande Instance. Are you nervous, Falcon? A little. Of course I'm nervous. We're woefully underprepared for this case. 2 days! We only had 2 days to prepare. How are we expected to get anything done in that time frame? Calm your feathers, Falcon. We can do this. Monsieur Falcon, Petite Sparrows. You called him short. Is there anything you need me to do? No, we've got a handle on things. Falcon was just telling me how confident he was feeling about the case. That's wonderful. I just know you two will pull through. Let's move it along, fellas. I'll be watching from inside. Do your best for me, Monsieur Falcon. We will. Are we ready? Yeah, we're ready. Oh, look at you. Alright, settle down, everyone. Settle down. Is everybody here? J.J. Falcon present. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Rupert Rabbington present. The ready is prosecution, Your Honor. Oh, darn it, that's not it. Oh gosh, where are my notes? Huh, I knew it. Knew what? Rupert and I went to Paris Law School together. He was in all of my classes. Oh, was he smart? Pfft. No, he always scored the second worst marks in the class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on the luck of his 2 rabbit's feet. Unless he's improved considerably, you might already have this trial in the bag. That's good to know, but say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, then who scored the lowest? I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate. Here it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. I already forgot his voice. Are the jury all present? I'm not voicing all these people. All present and accounted for, Your Honor. Hey, Falcon, I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8? Oh, those 2 birds with the funny hats are assessors, the associate judges. Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Cataline de Meow. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand. Oh gosh, are they there? Are we there already? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Volerty, to the witness stand. Inspector Volerty, please approach the stand and recite the oath. Oh, hello. As he will, Your Honor. Okay, I don't know if I want to do a pirate voice for him. Fuck it. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but... It's gone Scottish. Fuck. I don't know. Monsieur... No, Inspector, please state your, name and occupation for the record. My name is Inspector Just Volerty. I am a servant to the law, the scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I have enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian Killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago. Let's stick to the questions, Inspector. Of course, Your Honor. Ah, great. I was hoping we'd have one of those bumbling, cuddly officers, but instead we're stuck with lawful goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering. Inspector, is it true that you are the lead investigator on this case? That is correct. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime. Then perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival? Absolutely. Just after 7:30, we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Ruguel. At the scene of the crime, we found Dame Cataline de Meow. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Grenouille with his blood on her paws. Well, that sounds like an open and shut case in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor. Bloody paws? Nobody told me that detail. Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the inspector's testimony. Of course. I know this. You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon. Oh boy. Cross-examine the witness and find flaws in his testimony. Such a key phrase that you find suspicious, and Falcon will press the witness for information. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to light. Avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and the jury don't like having their time wasted. Select a statement of question. That's true. I'm pretty sure. Seeing the crime, that she was there. Blood on her paws. That's new, so let's ask about that. Inspector, you say Dame Cataline had blood on her paws. Correct. Blood clung to her fur like guilt to a convict. How much blood was there? How much blood was there on the lady's paws, Inspector? Enough for it to be clear that she had dirtied her hands on the victim's body. We noticed blood under the suspect's nails, around her fingertips, and even a little around her mouth. Whoa. Her mouth? How vile. The inspector's answer seems pretty definitive. Have any other questions about the blood on Cataline's paws? Nah. I think I get it, though. Something you gotta take a writ. Oh, so I was supposed to continue that. Let's keep going, I guess. Yes, I do, I guess. Oh. Whose blood was it? Whose blood was it? Ah, what a question. It was Monsieur Grenouille's, of course. How can you be so sure? I object. This line of questioning is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Dame Cataline's paws could have only belonged to one person, Monsieur Grenouille. Judge, Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions. I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect that the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Grenouille? Do I? Yeah! She's licking that off her hands. Alright, we got it. I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have more than suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Cataline's paws had nothing to do with the murder. This is foolish time-wasting, Falcon. If the blood on Dame Cataline's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did the blood come from? It came from this steak. On the evening of the murder, Dame Cataline ate a bloody rare steak. Is this true, Monsieur Remington? Well, in a manner of, speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the, menu. Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws not belonged to the victim, but to the steak? Well... Wait, don't answer that, Inspector. It is a possibility. No. You get a little favor with the jury. Dang Skippy. So, Inspector Volerti, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater? Now, hold on just 1 minute, Falcon. You are overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Cataline is an elegant Borginus kitten. Borgio? I don't fucking know. She has no doubt brought up with a flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal. How could she have possibly gotten blood on her paws with such good manners? Oh, that is good. Because the silverware was gone! Yeah. That's why. Oh, that is a good question. Or at least it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happens, something was missing from that particular banquet. Something that forced Dame Cataline to eat with her paws. There we go. Just had to wait a little bit. Take a look at this. Wait. What did... I'm sorry? What? Was that not this? Or was it something else? Was it not the silverware? Did I click the wrong thing? Uh-oh. What? I guess I misclicked the first time. Huh. Well, that sucks, but yeah. Dame Cataline was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the household had been previously stolen. Stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report. We weren't aware of anything missing from the Roguel residence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happened, Baron Roguel approached us about this very subject last night. What a twist. What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak? Misplaced silverware? Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic facts in your initial report? Lax? My investigation? Judge, I assure you I'm the most thorough investigative officer in the force. Then it is amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all. Heh. Oh dear. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little inspecting for your next case. Fine, so be it. Messieurs, until next time. Prosecutor, I trust your next witness is ready. Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon, let's see, Monsieur Robidio de I thought there was a day before that. Robicio Robinio, the photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder. Monsieur Robicio Robinio, please approach the stand and recite the oath. I forgot the voice I gave him. How does it go? I swear to speak without hatred, and without fear, to tell the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? It's a little cliché, to be perfectly honest. Could the, witness please introduce himself for the, court record? As if anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me, I am the great Monsieur Robicio Robinio, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I just don't take people's pictures. I capture their very essence. Je suis l'artiste. Tu es un pipe. You may have seen my works in hip magazines Le Branche or C'est Shoot. I can send you tweets if you like. What on earth is a tweet? Bird-to-bird communication. Come on, Falcon, it's the 19th century. Get with the times already. Yes, your works are very, impressive, Monsieur Robinio, but let's get down to business. Could you tell us your, activities on the night of the murder? Very well, I was hired by Baron Roguel to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7:30. I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Sorry about that, everybody. I had to go get some groceries because people got home and there were groceries in the car. Anyways, I didn't set a timer. Completely forgot to. So, where we are in this time, I have no idea. So I'm just going to stop it at some point. Anyways, then I billed Baron Roguel and left. Like a true artist. And, with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so that you could all see for yourselves. Oh, very good. Let's take a closer look. My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it? So let's see, who do we have here? In the middle, we see, Baron Roguel, the lion who hosted the event. On the left, we see, Seigneur Pertois de Miel, the father of the defendant, Dame Cataline. And finally, we see the, household maid, Colleen de Haute, who I suspect may have snuck into the picture uninvited. As you can see, two people are clearly absent from the photograph. The first is the victim, Monsieur Grenouille. The second is the defendant, Dame Cataline de Miel. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree? Just a moment. Monsieur Ravington, this proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean that they were in the garden together at any point. That point. Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet. The prosecution may continue. Behind the photograph subjects, we see a wall clock with the time set at 7:30. Now, why is the time significant? Well, as Inspector Volerti told us earlier, that was the exact time the murder took place. Did you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Cataline herself. Hey, Falcon, that photograph doesn't seem right. Right. It looks different than the one we borrowed from Rubinio's studio. I see it too. Oh, whoops. Sorry about that. Our photograph shows Colleen de Hout, Dame Cataline, and Seigneur Pertois. But Monsieur Rubinio's photograph shows Baron Rogrel where Dame Cataline should be standing. If we assume that only one photograph was taken, then this demonstrates that one of the photographs must have been edited in some way. You should just slam that evidence down and be like, BAM! Inconsistency. This whole courtroom is out of order. Case closed. I can't do that. Well, I suppose you could be a little more delicate with your words. No, I mean, I can't do that because our evidence was illegally obtained. If I were to present it, Monsieur de Rubinio... Why did I say de Rubinio? It just wants to come out. Would ask how we acquired it, and the whole trial could derail. In a worst-case scenario, I could lose my legal license, and we would be arrested for theft. Oh, well, we don't want that. No, we don't. I should tread lightly. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Very well, the defense may proceed. It's a waste of time, if you ask me. Photographs are rock-solid evidence. Select a statement of question. 7 p.m. Camera. The build. Okay, that's normal. That's normal. It's the time. Like, the clock hands were missing. Monsieur Rubinio, do you say that you arrived at 7 o'clock? Give or take a couple of minutes, yes. How do you know? How do you know that you arrived at 7? Well, the clock in my house read 7:45 when I left, and the walk to Chateau Crinière is around 15 minutes. I don't claim to be a flawless timekeeper, but I am a professional. I always stick to an appointment. How long did it take? How long did it take to set up your camera? It took perhaps 25 minutes to find a shooting location, put together the camera, and ready the film. So you arrived at 7, and the photograph took place at 7:30, and you spent 25 minutes setting up. At least 5 minutes unaccounted for. Falcon, you surely aren't suggesting that Monsieur Rubinio did something, nefarious in this small window of time? It's possible. He could've took the... I think the clock hand might be the murder weapon. Huh. Let's go for it. I most certainly am. This discrepancy is of utmost importance to the case. Well, I probably spent 2 minutes or so talking to the Baron Rogrel. He took a great interest in my camera. I see you. There's still at least 3 minutes remaining. Oh, boy. Oh. Okay, I didn't know. Shit. No, I don't. Rubinio attended the banquet. That's about the camera, I guess. Go on. How exactly does it work? How exactly does the camera work? I'm afraid that is a patent trade secret. Oh, but it is a mechanical device, yes? You point it at something and then it clicks and whirs and it shoots out a photograph. That's quite a crass explanation. It is true that I point and click the camera, but that only creates a negative, a prototype of sorts. I then have to develop the photograph, and that takes time. How much time exactly? Around 4 days. This photograph is hot off the press, if you will. I suppose that explains why the Baron hasn't received his. Might as well. Can a camera ever make mistakes? Now there's a question only an imbecilic, technophobic Philistine would ask. No, monsieur, the camera is a flawless device. My photographs offer a perfect reflection of reality. Nothing more, nothing less. So if there was an inconsistency between a photograph and reality, what would that imply? Odd question. I don't think such a thing could ever be possible. If one were to see such a thing... Falcon, stop dancing around the point, and tell us what you are trying to get at. There's a mistake in the photograph. I see a mistake in the photograph. A mistake? Impossible. I just told you, Monsieur, the camera is a perfect, unbiased device. The photographs it produces are flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing any, mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific. Certainly. Doot. Oh, doot. The clock in this photograph, there's something not right about it. Well, isn't that convenient that offense sees something wrong with the, key piece of evidence that implicates his client? Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Rabbington. Wow. I am bad at reading. I have evidence that is something wrong with the clock in that picture. The hands are missing. Photograph clearly shows the clock's hands pointing at 7 and 6. That much is self-evident. Which is most curious because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Criniere has no hands. It has no hands? The clock is merely a decorative piece. A talking item. Feel free to ask Baron Rogrel or his housemaid if you have the doubts. The doubts? Monsieur Robinho, how do you explain this discrepancy? I don't know. There must have been some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless. There is there is no mistake, Monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world. Maybe there was an error in the printing process. An error precisely where the clock's hands should be? Please, Monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Robinho, edited this photograph. Edited? I'm no expert, but I suspect that you used paint or ink to carefully put hands upon the clock. It would have been a simple task considering that the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process. Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing? Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it clears all the photograph subjects of suspicion. In other words, I'm dying, I can't read, oh my god. Monsieur de... It's not a day, it's just a rabbit. It's not even a rabbit. It's Robinho. It's Monsieur Robinho. He created a perfect alibi. Click, click. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting? And why? Was Monsieur Robinho coerced, bribed, threatened? Enough silence, let's hear some answers, Monsieur Robinho. Fine, you've got me, I'm guilty. I did it all. You did it? You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Grenouille? What? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs, and yes, that included adding hands to the clock. You were ordered? By whom? I dare not say. Monsieur Robinho, I strongly advise you to answer the defense's question. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all. With respect, Judge, I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. His claws? Did you hear that, Falcon? That is most unfortunate. Monsieur Robinho, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancient regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I can't protest. That's the least I deserve for my failure as an artist. Good day, messieurs. You're getting a little favor. So, the clock's hands were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Cataline as absent close to the time of murder. That's significant. Don't be dense, Monsieur Rabbington. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence. But why not? It's still a portrayal of the night's events. Because, if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that other parts were too. It is possible that Dame Cataline was painted out. Even worse, it is possible that another person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. So what are you saying, Falcon, that the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Seigneur Pertois de Miao, perhaps? I don't think so. The housemaid lacks some means or motive, and it wouldn't make sense for Seigneur Pertois to implicate his own daughter. Well, surely you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Rogrel deliberately tried to frame Dame Cataline. Because that would be the most outlandish theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing. Well, Joe Abington, I'm not here to throw accusation. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However... Ooh. Maybe... Perhaps I should offer my opinion. Ooh, boy. You know what? I think I'm going to call it there. I'm not sure how long I've been recording because I did not set a timer, and my action thing is not showing because it's recording at full screen, so this might be very long or kind of short. It feels like it might be kind of long. But anyways, this case is going somewhere. So anyways, I hope you all enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you enjoy watching the next one as well. But until then, fare thee well.